Explore the fascinating Three Rivers Petroglyph Site, a secret or sacred site in the American Southwest. Welcome to the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site, one of the most captivating and historically rich destinations. Located in the heart of New Mexico, this incredible site opens a window into the past, showcasing over 21,000 petroglyphs carved into volcanic rock by ancient Native Americans. Petroglyphs are rock carvings or inscriptions. Whether you're a history enthusiast, a geography buff, an armchair traveler, or simply someone in search of an off-the-beaten-path adventure, the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site is a must-visit location. Why? Because you will be immersed in petroglyphs etched in dense basalt rock along a 2-mile round-trip volcanic ridgeline trail rising 150 feet above the expansive Tularosa Basin. The site is located 17 miles north of Tularosa, New Mexico, and 28 miles south of Creosote, New Mexico, on U.S. Highway 54. Turn east from U.S. Highway 54 at Three Rivers onto County Road B30. At the intersection, stop a few minutes to read the historical marker, peruse the trading post, and see the restored schoolhouse. Then travel 5 miles on a paved road, following the signs. Travel across America with me. A detailed petroglyph guide is available at the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site. The day we visited, the visitor center was closed. The PDF of the trail guide can be found online. There is a self-pay kiosk, and since this is a national site, a national park pass will cover the day use fee. But you will need to fill out the form, envelope, and place the tear-off portion in your vehicle dashboard. It was a perfect day in central New Mexico the day we visited. The first part of the trail is paved and leads to a viewing area with high spy viewing machines, which can pull in petroglyphs on the distant rocks. The site features a self-guided tour which allows visitors to explore at their own pace. There is a web of easy-to-follow trails that take you directly to and around the petroglyphs. As always, remember plants in the desert can poke, stick, or pierce your skin. The surrounding area also offers great opportunities for hiking and birdwatching, making it an ideal spot for outdoor enthusiasts. A rugged, half-mile or mile-long trail, depends on what you read or who you ask, begins at the viewers. I've seen it called a mile-long trail. I've seen it called a half-mile-long trail. I think it goes a lot farther than a mile. But anyway, this main trail passes many interesting petroglyphs, the highest concentration that we have ever seen, and we have been to many petroglyph sites throughout the West. We hiked much farther than 1 mile. And as always, when hiking in the desert, especially around rocks, watch out for rattlesnakes. As I take you on a tour of all the petroglyphs we found, which seemed almost endless, I'll tell you a little more about this site. The Three Rivers Petroglyph Site has long captured the imagination of the public and of professional archaeologists. What makes the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site so special? The Three Rivers Petroglyph Site is a stunning archaeological treasure nestled in the rugged desert landscape of south-central New Mexico. We are now in the Tularosa Basin, with the Sacramento Mountains flanking the region to the east, with Sierra Blanca towering at almost 12,000 feet. Within the White Mountain National Forest. The Franklin Mountains of El Paso, Texas, the Organ Mountains of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the San Andres Mountains flanking White Sands, and the Oscura Mountains border the western edge of the Tularosa Basin. The Tularosa Basin is approximately 50 miles wide and 200 miles long. We will be taking you to our latest visit to White Sands National Park very soon. To the northwest is Malpais, the volcanic badlands that cover approximately 125 square miles. Watch my video on Valley of Fires, where we take a nature trail through the Malpais. The petroglyphs here date back more than 500 years, created by the Jornada Mugion people. They offer a glimpse into the culture and spiritual beliefs of these ancient civilizations. Some information dates them between 900 and 1300 AD. As a backroad explorer, you'll appreciate how the site is tucked away, offering a peaceful and immersive experience in the midst of New Mexico's beautiful desert scenery. The petroglyph panels found here are a fragile part of our heritage. These rock carvings were made with stone tools by removing the dark patina on the exterior of the rock. The patina is formed through oxidation, that is, when oxygen in the air comes into contact with minerals in the rock's surface. As you pass them, realize this is historic art, and the exact meanings of these inscriptions have died with their creators. It is very interesting that there are so many in such a concentrated area. Their purpose and meaning can only be speculated as we hike the web of ridgeline trails. I was so excited as each turn revealed more and more petroglyphs. The designs are similar to the membrane style, which is found throughout southwestern New Mexico. It is unknown why the inhabitants chose this site. Maybe this was a religious shrine. This seems possible as there is such a high concentration on this ridge. Some of the petroglyphs seem to have been made expediently by simply scratching them on the patina to the light inner layer of the rock. Others were painstakingly created by pecking through the patina. This was done with two rocks used like a hammer and chisel. This hilltop offered a good lookout to locate game or maybe watch for enemies, as it rises 150 feet above its surroundings. There's a really cool thing about the creosote bush. If you crush it, it smells like rain.
Smells like rain.
If you're ever walking through the desert, which I hope you do, and you run across a creosote bush, which you will, just gently crush some of the leaves and you'll smell rain. Our imaginations can only fill in the gaps. The number and concentration of petroglyphs here make it one of the largest and most interesting petroglyph sites in the Southwest. And this is one of the few locations in the Southwest set aside solely because of its rock art. It is also one of the few sites giving visitors such direct access to the petroglyphs. I can verify that. The number and concentration of petroglyphs here make it one of the largest and most interesting petroglyph sites in the Southwest. More than 21,000 petroglyphs of birds, humans, animals, fish, insects, and plants, as well as numerous geometric and abstract designs are scattered over 50 acres of New Mexico's northern section of the Chihuahuan Desert. Each carving tells a story that connects us to the distant past, providing valuable insights into the beliefs, daily life, and rituals of the people who once inhabited this land. The petroglyphs' purpose and meaning are not entirely clear, while some certainly had religious meanings. Visiting the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site is like stepping back in time. The site is located in a remote area, which makes it ideal for those who enjoy getting off the beaten path and exploring lesser-known destinations. As a vacationer or nature lover, you'll have the opportunity to wander freely among the petroglyphs, taking in the striking desert landscape and enjoying the serene atmosphere. Partway down the Ridgeline Trail, there is a shelter to get out of the sun. We were there in the late morning and it was still perfect. The best part was that it wasn't crowded. We hiked at least a mile or so, and although the petroglyphs were more scattered, it seemed endless. We turned around knowing we had at least 2 more stops to make. We were going to the Valley of Fires and Smoky Bear Historical Park. You will want to go to my National and State Parks playlist to catch those 2 videos. We spent almost as much time returning down the trail because we saw more petroglyphs as we traversed other sections of the web of trails along the ridgeline, all the while keeping an eye out for snakes. Fortunately, we never saw a snake. It is illegal to collect artifacts. The Bureau of Land Management requests that you refrain from climbing on the boulders and stepping on the petroglyphs. We noticed that there were several places where it was obviously graffiti. It really makes me sad when visitors are so disrespectful of these historic places. The petroglyphs have endured here for centuries. Please be careful with this fragile resource during your visit so they may be enjoyed for years to come. This site, as well as all cultural sites on public land, is protected by the Antiquities Act of 1906 and the Archaeological Resource Protection Act of 1979. But without supervision, offenses can occur. Please be respectful so that incredible places like this are not closed and made off limits for the general public to enjoy. This is one of the most outstanding examples of early American Indian rock art. If you're someone who enjoys unique historical sites, breathtaking natural beauty, and a quiet contemplative atmosphere, the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site is an absolute gem. There are petroglyphs throughout an area here covering 50 acres, and the Ridgeline Trail takes visitors to some of the highest concentrations of them. It's a perfect destination for anyone looking for an adventure in the American Southwest, or those wanting to gain more knowledge about the Native American culture and history. Please leave me a comment on what you think about this site, and if you aren't a subscriber yet, please subscribe subscribe. As a nature lover or backroad explorer, you'll be amazed by the vastness of the landscape, the fascinating petroglyphs, and the opportunity to experience one of the most historically significant sites in the U.S. I also want to refer you to my full-length video on the national park sites of New Mexico. The link is in the description below. If you'd like to buy us a granola bar or some fuel for our journeys, our CashApp link is on the screen and in the description below. New Mexico has so much to offer vacationers desiring to embark on a journey through history and nature. The Three Rivers Petroglyph Site is waiting for you to explore it. Pack your hiking boots or ugly shoes. Grab your camera and get ready to explore the ancient wonders of the Three Rivers Petroglyph Site. It's an unforgettable adventure that will stay with you long after you leave. Petroglyphs have a unique visual impact, providing immediate connection between the modern viewer and the original creators. It gives us a glimpse into the minds of the people who lived here centuries ago. While we know how the petroglyphs were made, and researchers are fairly certain of who made them, they are much less sure about why and what they may mean. As I have said in numerous videos, this is such a common statement in Revelation. Whether each petroglyph is a single word or thought or a grouping making a grander statement, we as modern visitors can only enjoy and appreciate that we have the opportunity to see them up close and personal. Ugly shoes on the ground. Unclassic road trip. And whether you're a backroad explorer, a history lover, or a vacationer seeking adventure and historical knowledge, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing road trip adventures across the U.S. on my channel, Unclassic Road Trip.